So hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And so South Korea is the second team to qualify to the semi-finals. They will have the rematch of the group stage against Jordan. And I mean, for the second time in a row, they catch on the opponent team in injury time, and that's incredible. That's absolutely I don't know if it's unprecedented, but I mean that's really something that you don't see in every tournament. And the game starts with pretty, balanced, I have to say. South Korea has their opportunities. They have tried to work on the same formation, the same lineup that they had in the final minutes, basically of regulation time against Saudi Arabia. And Jurgen Klinsmann saw that worked. And it worked for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes against Australia, and then it started to not work again, because again, I'm saying it, Jurgen Klinsmann for some reason doesn't want his team to attack the spaces in the on the wing sides. So his wings stay a lot more towards midfield, and they don't really attack, and they don't try to attack on that part of the field. That is very important. You can put crosses in, you have Cho Guesung. If you play with Cho Guesung in the front, you have to try to cross some balls. And I mean, a couple of times they did try, but not that much, especially if you have Lee Kang-in. And I mean, you have to try, you have really to try. And for Australia after 20-25 minutes, they started to push, they started to play their game. And this happens until the 42nd minute, when we have a really great goal. When I saw it live, I was like, oh, that's a nice goal. But when I saw the replay, I was like, no, this is a great goal. Craig Goodwin has scored an absolutely banger. The assist is from Atkinson, and the first half ends with Australia ahead. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, South Korea needs to change something. Jurgen Klinsmann needs to change something. And here he really doesn't. He just pushes his line more forward. So he leaves more spaces to Australia. And during the second half is a festival of missed opportunities for Duke and Boyle. And really, I mean, we can talk about Graham Arnold on how he gets eliminated for the second time in a row in the quarterfinals with Australia, on how they didn't really play that well, and on how they weren't scoring that much. But again, in this second half, and I'm the first to say, Graham Arnold, perhaps, he should be changed by the Australian Federation. We're gonna see what's gonna happen that way. But this second half and this game against South Korea, at least the goal. I mean, if you look at the missed opportunities by Duke and Boyle, you're like, that's not his fault, because they just need to score one of those like 3, 4, 5 clear opportunities to score. And Australia gets to the semi-final, and we talk about a completely different game. And perhaps we will talk harsher about Jurgen Klinsmann. And still, I mean, Jurgen Klinsmann should really be thankful for his captain Son Heung-min. Because in the final 10-15 minutes is the same thing that we've seen in the South Korea-Saudi Arabia game. Australia, again, they don't score, so at that point, the final 10-15 minutes, they stay behind and they try to contain. There is a change that it's gonna be pretty reviewed. I mean, I think it's Atkinson for Miller. We see Miller coming in, and he's gonna be, unfortunately for him, the main protagonist of what happens in the next 20-25 minutes. because he's the one at the 94th minute, 95th minute, more or less, that slides for some reason, slides on a solo attack by solo desperate. I'm gonna add attack by Son Heung-min, and he takes him. It's a penalty. It's VAR penalty. And no, penalty without VAR. So that's something that is becoming pretty rare when you see a penalty without VAR. Yeah, and Du Hang-Chan goes to kick it, and he scores it. So South Korea, they go to extra time again. They grab the game from its hair, like they were out basically. So. And they recover again in injury time. We go to the extra time. At that point, South Korea is the one pushing. South Korea is the one believing, and there is another foul. It's again Miller. This time it's not in the area. It's just outside, and Son Heung-min scores a banger. Scores a beautiful goal from the free kick, and South Korea goes ahead. 1-2 minutes after that, there is a foul by O'Neill, and the first was a yellow card, but then there is a VAR review. It's a red card. O'Neill gets ejected, and the second half of extra time is basically South Korea managing the game and trying to not risk it. And Australia goes out. They go home. South Korea and Jürgen Klinsmann are going to the semi-final, and wow, I mean, you see them in the round of 16. You see them now in the quarterfinals. Jürgen Klinsmann should really be thankful to his players. We see how that goes. And for Australia, I think again, Graham Arnold was unlucky on many ways. I mean, again, if you have just one goal by Boyle or Duke, if they were more precise with their shots, we would talk about Australia going to the semi-final, perhaps looking to face Jordan, and perhaps looking to get to another final, perhaps winning another title after 2015. But no, now we are talking about Australia going home, the Socceroos that perhaps now need to change their head coach. Graham Arnold, I mean, it's been a while that he's been the head coach of Australia. Yes, he had a good World Cup. I'm not gonna deny that. They got to the round of 16 in the World Cup. They played a beautiful game against Argentina. But again, perhaps a change is needed after such a long time, especially because Australia has good ambitions. They want to develop. They want to try to get to another Asian Cup and try to get back on as much success as possible. And the striker position is the one that Australia needs to improve. We'll see how that goes. No offense to anyone that plays for Australia right now, that plays with the Socceroos. Perhaps a coach change would help them as well, and perhaps we'll talk about certain players in a different way. And yeah, we'll see what Australia is going to do and how South Korea is going to play against Jordan, and if they're gonna do it again in the semi-final, we're gonna see again another extra time grabbed at the last minute with at the injury time. I don't know if this is gonna happen again. If it does, it's gonna be the craziest thing ever. Kim Min-jae is not gonna be on that semi-final because he got a yellow card and he already had one, so he's not gonna be in that game. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you soon.